Hey friend, welcome to Prāna Fusion, a free yoga tutorial that teaches you how to upgrade your entire nervous system, make you stronger, healthier, more vibrant, so that you can maintain a happier state day to day. My name is Ethan Hill, and if you're discovering this via YouTube, I recommend you head to my website, linked in the description below. There you'll gain access to the entire free tutorial, and you'll have context for what we'll be doing in this particular video. If you're continuing with the series, this video is a little bit different than the rest. And that's because it's not technically a rule or a hack. We're talking about the possible dangers and contraindications of practicing something like Prāna Fusion. If you're ready to get started, just join me on your back. So what we're going to be doing is lifting the legs off the ground like a 6 inches, but with a little bit of a Prāna Fusion twist. And so I want you to lightly do that, but notice what areas of your body contract. What areas begin to flush with energy as you lift the legs. Your hip flexors and abs begin to go, but also your jaw and your face and different areas of your shoulders, right? Now you tell me, is it necessary for your face to be at all clenched during this? No, of course not. And this is where Prāna Fusion is juicy, because it's teaching you to correctly use your body. Okay, that's the point of metering. Your objective during the initial phase, during the preparatory phase before you begin the exercise, is to simply discover where in your body you are overactive and underactive. Let's just dive in. I want you to lift your legs up, but I want you to do so while being very cognizant that you are sending energy down your spinal cord and into the front part of your body. Into the lower abs, into the hip flexors, into the quads as you lift. And when you kick through your heels, as though there were lightning bolts heading down your hamstrings, and then just squeeze your body, keeping it at a roughly 6-inch lift. Keep that height, but then send more energy in there. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, drop everything. See how quickly you can dissipate the energy in that area, letting it rise back up the spinal cord and out of your brainstem, out of your medulla. Then try again. Deep breath in. Send energy down the spinal cord. Try to find the particular area that needs to be lit up in order to lift those legs. Keep it relatively high and then shoot more electricity through that area, as though there were a 10-pound weight on your ankles. 3, 2, 1. Exhale all the way down. And we're kicking up the effort every single round, right? Inhale, legs lift. Kick through the ankles. Keep the legs a little bit high. And then again, imagine that there's a weight on you. Now I want you to notice how you're able to contract the muscles in the front side of your body. How do you do it? It requires willpower, correct? Willpower. Squeeze more for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it go. Let the floodgates open. Relax entirely. What we're ideally doing here is we're teaching our nervous system how to turn on and off on a dime. Try again. Inhale, legs lift. Again, kick through the heels. Maybe that even means pointing the toes closer towards your face. And then notice what's not necessary to flex here. And you can virtually guarantee that the energy that's in the unnecessary components means that it's lacking in the necessary components. So just flip a switch and redirect energy from, say, different parts of the calf, which don't need to be active, and switch it to the front side of the shins. Same thing with your hamstrings. Get your hamstrings to your quads. Good. Big breath out. I mentioned last time, choosing to make this practice more challenging for yourself is a simple matter of squeezing harder and for longer. That's an indicator that your cells and body have already acclimated to these different stimuli, to more energy flowing through it. But if you haven't used your body in quite a long time, or maybe ever, well, then all of this is going to be new, and we're starting from the ground floor. Let's go one more time. Inhale, legs up, squeezing everything. You're creating the effort. 3, give it all you got, maybe 75% if it's not too much. 2, 1, release. Shavasana. This is you letting go of the entire body. Not just the abs, but the shoulders, the fists, the tongue. Continue to relax, and I'll make 3 points on being safe in this practice. The first of those is on the subject or topic of pain, and specifically the difference between joint, muscle, and emotional pain. Okay, you've probably been to the gym at least once before in your life, and you've worked out or you've gone for a run and you feel that muscular burn. That's what we're going for. That's electricity moving through your body. You do that enough and enough and enough, and your body gets the message. It begins to transform itself in order to accommodate what you're doing. Second is the joint pain, and this is what we want to entirely avoid. Okay, this happens when we get into a really funky shape, which we haven't done so far. You feel this really sharp stabbing sensation that prods you to get out. No bueno, don't work through that. And then the last is emotional pain, and this is virtually guaranteed to arise, especially as we continue to heal our bodies in this way and in almost any other modality. Which is to say, you feel angry, guilty, sad, afraid. These things will naturally arise, and your job is not to judge that. In fact, that's a surefire indicator that you're doing the practice correctly, because we need to unearth the emotions in order for them to release out of the body. You gotta feel it to heal it, as I say, or see it to release it. Next point is on being pregnant, okay? If that's you, I want you to be very, very cautious. Obviously, you're in charge of your own body, but depending on which phase of pregnancy you're in, you and your baby need significantly different things than what Prāna Fusion offers. That plus I've never been pregnant myself, not having a womb, nor am I actually prenatal yoga certified, so I'm probably not the best yoga teacher for you right now. And then last but not least, and this one's super important, eating and drinking properly post-class is absolutely critical. Think about it. Not only is your software updating within your cells, but the hardware has to rebuild itself. And when you put in toxic materials, well, then you're going to get a toxic building. You're going to have a toxic body. Oppositely, if you put in healthy materials, sustainable materials, that's going to reflect in your cells as well. Consider, for instance, that your nervous system is electrical, meaning that it needs healthy minerals, healthy metals in order to conduct that electricity effectively. Unfortunately, we're up against an absolute onslaught of toxic heavy metals in our environment, ranging from pesticides to chemtrails to smog to old pots and pans to aluminum foil. There's a lot of really denatured metals that are getting inside our system and fucking with our own electrical grid. And that's why if you want more energy to flow through your body, you gotta start eating more natural foods, things that come from the source rather than processed, denatured. The easiest way to address all of this, really, that I've found, is to drink 32 ounces of freshly squeezed, room temperature lemon water right when you wake up. This is going to provide you living water and electrolytes, as it also flushes your liver of all these poisons it accumulated. If you're curious on what exactly to eat, like what's the standard protocol, because everyone's saying something different out there, I personally trust medical media, you're welcome to Google that, to supply me with that information. I obviously can't tell you what to believe, but I encourage you to at least read some of the material to see if any of it resonate. Anyways, that's it for the safety talk. Now we can get into the subtleties of this practice so that you can actually get better. You can improve your skills here. Head to the next video or page to learn about our nervous system Prāna Fusion hack number 1, pinging.